What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. Hope everybody's staying safe out there. I'm going to have another video up later today doing a quarterback tier video that was suggested by several of my subscribers on Instagram. I'll definitely give them a shout out. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can at Entertainer and give me video ideas. I'm going to try to do 2 of those a week. But in this video, I kind of want to get a quick video up. I saw a story on GiantsWire.com regarding PFF ranking the New York Giants' most underrated player on the football team. And he's one of the most popular players. Every time I make a video, people ask me, or every time I do a live stream, people ask me, what about Julian Love? You know, Giants fans love Julian Love. Well, PFF came out today, and take it for what you will. I know a lot of Giants fans are not too fond of PFF, especially due to the fact that they seem to consistently rank Daniel Jones low. But I kind of just wanted to talk about Julian Love and his role that he will have with the New York Giants this year and their defense, and kind of talk about some of the things that PFF had to say. Of course, Julian Love was a 4th-round pick by the Giants last year out of Notre Dame, and when he came in, he was known as a jack-of-all-trades player, a guy that could play some safety, a guy that could play some slot, and I think that was the main reason why he was drafted, for some versatility. Even the Betcher scheme required it, so he kind of naturally fits what the New York Giants are looking to do, and PFF kind of talked about that. They said, well, at Notre Dame, he graded out, by their standards, whatever that is, as an 83, I believe it was in coverage, and 90 in his junior and senior seasons. And even last year in his rookie year, he had a grade of, I think, a 70 or 73. He still had a fairly effective grade for a rookie. And they went on to say that they think he could have a good, strong sophomore season, and they think he's underrated. And like I said, he's very popular amongst Giant fans. Some people seem to think he could play on the outside. He may get that opportunity depending on what the DeAndre Baker situation. But if he does not get that opportunity, I think he will be used mainly as a slot and as a safety when they have 3 safety sets. Of course, the safeties right now, you've got Xavier McKinney, and you've got Jabril Peppers. So I don't think he's cracking that. You got Darnay Holmes, who will compete with him in the slot, along with potentially guys like Beal and some other depth players that they have in that young emerging secondary. But I definitely think Julian Love will have a role. Now, the question will be, what role will he have? How often will he be out on the football field? Now, a big reason, and I've talked about this before, that I think Julian Love had a lot of success last year for the Giants, and I'm not taking anything away from him. I think he's got talent, but I think he had the opportunity that none of the other rookies of prominence really had. He got to sit and learn. He didn't step in until the last 5 weeks of the season. He played, he was a backup behind Antoine Bethea, never really got an opportunity. Then he got to play later in the year at the safety position. But if you look at all the other rookies, they kind of got thrown into the fire. Whether it was O'Shane Ximenez, whether it was Daniel Jones, DeAndre Baker, Dexter Lawrence, even Corey Ballantyne was playing before he was. Conley got thrown right into the fire before the injury. Darius Slayton. So he was kind of the lone rookie, even though he was a 4th-round pick. Some of the later guys got to play ahead of him who got to sit back and learn. And I remember Julian Love talking about that throughout the season, basically saying that was a benefit to him to be able to sit back, pick the brains of veterans, and learn. Antoine Bethea, of course, couldn't cover me. I think he led the team in tackles, or he was up there, but the guy could not cover, so he was later replaced after the bye week for the last 5 weeks of the year, in which Love played fairly well. Were there times where he got lost in coverage? Sure. But you expect that from a rookie, especially a guy that's kind of playing a position that he's not very familiar with. But a lot of people think that's where he will best translate. Where he will play, I think predominantly will be as a safety. And I think they're going to have a lot of 3 safety sets. I think they're going to move Peppers up in that box role. You're going to see him out on the field. Now, will it be 100% of the time? No. I think it's going to be a positionless defense, and they're going to find a role for Julian Love. I think he's a good football player, and I'm excited to see how the New York Giants, try to get the most out of him. Of course, we'll have to wait and see with Darnay Holmes, and DeAndre Baker is going to play a big factor in this. If DeAndre Baker is not back with the team, which I think a lot of people at this point in time think he will be, but if he's not, well, a guy like Darnay Holmes or Julian Love will kick out to the outside. The other will get more playing time. But the more depth we have, the better. You want to be able to throw a lot of different looks at the opposing offense, and the Giants have that ability with all the different pieces that they have in their secondary and in the linebacking core. I'm looking forward to Julian Love this year. I know a lot of Giants fans are too. They talk about him all the time in my live streams. And I don't know if he's underrated by Giants fans at this point. He's very popular. But I do think a lot of people may not know much about him. And he was a fairly effective player for the New York Giants last year in his rookie season. And maybe he is capable of stepping outside and doing a good job one of these guys will definitely have to step up if DeAndre Baker is not back, whether it's Love or whether that's Darnay Holmes or Sam Beal on the outside. But it's good to know that the New York Giants have a lot of depth in that secondary, being that they're going to show so many different looks this year. But just want to get a quick video up on that, talking about Julian Love, talking about what PFF had to say about him, grading him as the Giants' most underrated player, and, just kind of talk about the role that I think he'll have with this year's defense, and I think it'll be important. As always, guys, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.